There we go.
Done, bro. Wait, where you going? To watch the Full 94 podcast. Can't watch that without me. Wait up, bro. You know Full 94 is my favorite show.
Winning.
A winner, the champ, the best, we are all of them. Cause we went right and not left to not follow them. Sobriety tests, I am walking nothing line. Added the sex and the drugs, but couldn't subtract my mind. They all wanted me dead. I was chilling in the cut, then I transformed like I'm best friends with Shia LaBeouf. See, I've been a winner, check it, and I ain't even firing. Church time's God, I'm a product of my environment.
We are winners, losers come with me. Got God with us, never letting flesh envy. We don't worry about the money, the sex, the cars, the clothes. Now watch reality unfold like we winning in here, yeah, we winning in here.
See, we winning in here, bro. I love that thing. I get lit every time. But you look good in Greenwood. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. How you feeling over there, man?
I'm here, man. I just want to send love to my family. I'm wearing green today in honor of my family, man. We lost my Uncle Carl, my Uncle Cut earlier this week. Everybody in Philly is an Eagles fan.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to show love to my family, that y'all know
For sure.
I'm here with y'all, because y'all know normally I would not be wearing no Eagle green. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't got no beef with the Eagles no more. But, you know, I'm a Steeler, but, you know, here we are. Just want to let y'all know I love y'all. And
man.
But
love you too, bro. Much respect. My condolences to the family.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Amazing, man. But we here, yo. We here, man. We here to talk basketball and be uppity, and for me to just be in my bag, man. This is, you know, my uncle want me to be in my bag. Like I know.
Did you say uppity?
Yeah, I mean, you know, y'all sedity. See, you don't show up one time. You know, you got.
Listen, don't come at my neck talking about I don't come up on time. When Miles is handling the link, we have one link. Okay. When Boys handles the link, we get a new link every week. So
I mean,
don't come at my neck.
My favorite producer and most hated co-host is just working production today.
Yeah, but I didn't get a link.
It's the same link.
No, it's not. Well, you've got to give me an email every week.
You gotta use.
I don't listen. I don't do production. I'm here to show.
I'm here to show that I have. Yes, use absolutely. Y'all acting like Cress out here.
Boyish good looks. Flirt with the aunties.
And y'all acting like Cress out here.
Tell y'all when y'all being wrong.
Y'all acting like Cress. That's all I'm saying.
Y'all wildin', bro. Yo, how is it though? You up there up north, you down south, we
it's
down
freezing.
south. I mean, like
cold.
It's
I don't know nothing about that. It was 75 degrees outside today.
Here you go.
You know, I went outside. You know, I hit the farmer's market. You know what I mean? Because I'm on a self-imposed life vacation apparently right now.
Is that what you're doing?
Okay. That's what this called right now. You know what I'm saying? They out there calling me.
I had one last year, so it's hitting the squad.
They out there calling me Mr. Goodbar. They calling me handsome. You know what I'm saying? Jones was flirting with me. You know what I mean? Little tenderonis. I be telling them to tune into the show if you really love me. So we'll see if they hear. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? That's it. I like that. We got some. I mean,
you about to drop a Christmas album?
Oh, you like that in the background? That's wifey.
Your whole look.
The wifey.
Right. He's in the spirit.
You look like Alexander O'Neal in 1987 about to perform.
I ain't messing with you, man. I look good out here in these streets. And this tree behind me, courtesy of the wife.
Who Jada told you that?
What'd you say?
Jada told you look good out here with the joint button all the way up.
Nah. This is just me, homie.
We're twins tonight.
Yeah, let's do it. You look good. I like it out there. We out here in the streets. Let's get it.
That's fine. I need to
let's get to this though. Let's get to this.
It's David Ruffin and the Temptations.
Here you go.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Well, it's wild, bro. Get right to it. Let's talk about it, man. We had a weekend full of I would say I think you could say upsets. I think it was very good games trying to figure out what it is, what it isn't. And I mean, we saw them fall. We saw the mighty have fallen. I went back and watched this game just to make sure. And he said, "Do not listen to the kid." Shout out to C, man. Hey, look, this is the thing. So we watched it. I went back and watched this game. All these games to me were pretty good, right? In terms of trying to figure it out, in terms of the span, watching it. Like for the eye test, though, what do you think? What did you feel like it was? Just from eye test, outside looking in, kind of like, okay, what's really going on here? See, I'll start with you. Let's start with South Carolina. 43 game streak snapped, right? I mean, did we expect UCLA to like? I'll let you talk about it. Go ahead.
I didn't think their three was gonna fall as good as it did.
Yeah,
but I knew they were gonna come in and play with the energy. They were on their home court, and I knew they wanted to make a statement. Did I think it was gonna be by 20 points for most of the game? Absolutely not. But the defense was outstanding.
Love it.
Every possession was outstanding. Like they scouted, they watched film, and they played them hard on every possession.
Mm-hmm. And is that what you're needing? Like, what's the rest of the conference looking like, or the league looking like? Like, what are we saying in college basketball? They're looking at watching the Carolina Fall, and it's the way that they did it. Are there other teams out there that are saying we just got to play them hard, play good defense, slow them down?
No.
All right. So what does it say to the rest of women's college basketball?
South Carolina
is the standard.
Yeah, I mean, but the sleeping giant has been woken up, and it needed to happen, if we're being honest. Like Aaliyah Boston said, last time they lost a game, they ended up winning the national championship. I don't see anything changing as far as that. I did notice that Dawn pulled out one or two of her stars when they was out there
turning the ball over, making
she didn't hold anything back. I just think it was just one of those things where, this weekend we saw Kendrick drop an album. We also saw UCLA and Notre Dame showed up with Kendrick energy against the teams they played, and that's essentially what happened. It was just great for UCLA. It was great defense. It was great defense that turned into offense.
Mm-hmm.
USC, on the other hand, for me, they
didn't have any offense,
and they stood around and they watched Juju try to create, and everybody collapsed on Juju once they realized that nobody else was going to be taking those shots. Kiki didn't play the way that she needed to do. And on top of that, Olivia Malone, who is literally going to be a top draft pick, showed why she's going to be a top draft pick this year. And that's literally
Olivia
what happened.
Miles. Olivia is.
What I say, Olivia Malone? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just talked about her last week too, which is nice. But, I just think it's just a thing of this happened at the right time. You always want to see these losses happen early in the season.
For sure.
In comparison to later on in the year. For SC, I can guarantee you, Dawn is going to have them turned around. Like, you might start seeing a couple blowouts happen more than likely. For USC, they've got to get a bigger identity than just Juju. Juju can't be it. Like, yes, she's going to be probably the number 2 best player in the country this year. But you need other players. And when you have a top 2 pick on your team, she needs to be able to be involved. It's a young team.
I know they were missing, their freshmen. And that gives you a good 10 points and at least 10 boards as well. And a solid double-double in Kennedy Smith. But Kiki gotta be a bully down there.
A dog.
She gotta be like, you're being compared to Asia Wilson.
Yeah.
Kiki, you gotta be like Will said, she gotta be a dog down there. And they definitely need a couple more games in altogether. Heckle, their little freshman, I liked her energy. I mean, she tried as much as she can, but they just I don't think they have enough games together as, as a squad, really, as much as South Carolina does to really say that they're going to go down and that another team is going to come and do that again. Absolutely not. I don't think another team is going to keep them down 20 points for 3/4 of the game.
No, I definitely agree.
Appreciate it, cuz.
I think.
mean,
Oh, go ahead.
it really is just a matter of it. Like Notre Dame played probably the most complete game you may see all season, offensive and defensively. You know what I'm saying? Hannah was on, Olivia was on, Sonia was on. Like you see how deep Notre Dame is at this moment. However,
Colville was on their freshman. Whew.
Yeah, you still have to question, like, should that have happened like that? Probably not. But like C said, there were a lot of other things that happened, but we don't want to take away the greatness of what Notre Dame did, because like I said, Notre Dame showed up. You look at the box score, like I said, Hannah had
44 points together.
Hannah and Olivia, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I think
that backcourt is crazy.
That's a testament to having somebody else there, though. Like their highest score, I think, for USC was what, 15? Aside from
aside from Juju,
yeah.
What's I'm saying?
Aside from Juju.
Oh yeah, 15.
So you talk about needing help and being able to go back and forth. Obviously, you talked about the freshman earlier. See, like you're gonna need that piece. Obviously, for Juju, Juju's gonna get off. We understand that. But when you're talking about playing players like Juju in that caliber, she's gonna need help. She's gonna need something like a relief valve that is able to create or at least play off of her game, right? Like you think about people, stars in NBA and stars in the WNBA, like they're great individually, but they're better when they have better teammates, right? When people, and not just better teammates, but specifically people that play well next to their game. You know what I mean?
I just think they got punched in the mouth, and I don't think they knew how to get out of it.
Where USC has to be better immediately, that teams are going to expose them, is a 3-ball. They went 1 for 13.
Yeah.
And Notre Dame really wasn't. They were 6 for 18. But that 3-ball is going to be what allows your team to be able to stretch the floor and allow you to be able to do more. And if teams realize you cannot shoot a 3, they're going to literally just collapse and stay on the inside. It's going to be they're going to treat everybody like Russell Westbrook.
But coach says, I don't necessarily think that it was their shot. I just think the shots they were taking was horrible.
This is the thing too. You got to look at minutes played, right? And your production and what you bring to the court. Juju played 39 minutes, 24, 6, and 5. You had Marshall 33 minutes. She dropped 6 points. And then Kiki played 40 and dropped 15. So it's usage, it's production. It's if you're gonna be out here with me, like you got to put something up and be able.
But that's what I said. I feel like she has to be necessary. I don't know if it's more of just working together, getting your foot in under, but she just has. I feel like she has to be a dog when she's down. And when she's
thinking about the rest of that, was
but the bench wasn't giving them much either, though. So when the bench was in, the bench didn't give them much either.
There wasn't a bench.
Exactly.
The bench they combined for 32 minutes, 3 assists, 1 rebound, and no points. Like what? And
I think if I'm not, I think Notre Dame had 17 steals, didn't they?
Oh, it was ridiculous, bro. Let's see.
They had Olivia and Hannah had 16 themselves.
Yeah.
They got outplayed
in every category.
Yes. Field goals, 3-pointers. They were plus 18, well, 80% to 62% free throws.
Mm-hmm.
They were -3 in rebounds, -2 in assists, -7 in steals, more turnovers, and they fouled less. I mean, there's something.
I just think they got punched in the mouth, and
they got the Kendrick treatment.
There was no coming back from that.
Notre Dame showed up and said, "Listen, we know we out here."
The Stars was in the building, prime time game, and they wanted all the smoke, and there was nothing. Hannah said, "You want a 3-point? Got you. You want a midi? Got you. You want me to take it to the basket? I'm going." There was nothing you could do to stop Hannah. There was nothing. You could not take.
But it's early in the season, so you live to fight another day. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
But as I'm looking at it, like just the eye test, right? Like, what are we? I mean, Hannah gives you 24, Olivia gives you 20. You had 8 points off the bench, 8 points, 4 rebounds. I mean, or it just was
Citron's defense was
USC was just off.
phenomenal.
What's up, man?
Are we saying UConn? I mean, not UConn. Notre Dame came in and played them very well, played defensively, but UC just was not hitting shots at all. So even though hitting shots,
that's the thing. USC wasn't hitting shots because of the defense that was being played. They were switching. And once USC realized those threes weren't falling, they were trying to go inside. When they were trying to go inside, they were being mauled. Yeah. And then when they were trying to pass it back out, Hannah and Olivia were playing the passing lane so much, they were diving on the floor for loose balls. So that's just how it happened, man. That'll be all right.
So even when you, and that comes along with that, that effort. So it's just like, are you going to be the one diving on the court for the 50-50 balls? What are you going to do? Where's that extra oomph? And then after so long, it's just like, all right now.
This is the thing.
But it's like, but that's where when Juju's getting 4 defenders on her, I mean, she made some great passes, but you have to make that count.
So you had, I'm looking over the movie in South Carolina, UCLA.
Why is my family having a whole conversation in the comments, bro? Come
on. You look at South Carolina, UCLA. Mm-hmm. You had 8 points. I mean, 8 scorers from UCLA, 9 from South Carolina. So one, you're definitely getting better production from the bench. And if you look, I mean, South Carolina, but they were getting beat the whole game.
The whole game.
Like it wasn't even
like
they went up 10 in the first and never caught up.
Never.
They were down it was 45-41, like going into the third quarter, I think, or something like that. And then they just kind of lost it.
UCLA just hit Jones hit back-to-back threes, and it was a wrap.
The disrespect is the fact that Juju's documentary started right before this weekend, and that happened. Like, you would have to fight me, dog. But them USC, UCLA, and UConn on the men's side gonna get a chance to fight another day. Shout out to Coach Hurley and that technical foul, because wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's that. So we all good.
I think we're gonna be out here, man. Like, I think it's gonna be a good season. I think these teams.
UCLA is the number 1 ranked team, first time in program history with the AP totals that came out today.
Bro,
I mean, it was a good day to see some upsets like that.
But just like I tell y'all with the NBA, it's early.
And it happened now. I think it needed to happen now. Like I said on my episode, I want to see LSU play a ranked team. That's what I need to see next.
And that's another thing too. I looked at the rest of their season. UCLA, South Carolina.
They don't have
Notre Dame and USC. Out of like the 30+ games they play ranked teams maybe 7 or 8 times.
And then LSU doesn't play one until January.
So it's like, what are we? I get it. It is what it is.
It's like the UGA football.
But look, it's even as you just said yourself, Will, like it's early, but it's never too early to talk about who are true contenders in the NBA. I love this. I love these segments because Will hates having these conversations.
It's stupid, bro. It's stupid.
20 games of the season. We're 16 games in, bro. We're 5 weeks in.
Bro, it was first week of the season. I was like, who's going to win the championship this early? Nobody.
Well, you have to ask.
We have to talk about it.
You got to ask the questions, bro.
We need to come up with
it. And just like the graphic says, Will, who wins the West, man? Who are the true contenders in the West, bro?
The Warriors are first, and the Nuggets, what, 6th?
I mean, but look, Jokic is on another planet.
I'm gonna be honest, right? If we being for real right now, it's really only 3 contenders if we go off right now. Well, no, 3. It's the Rockets, which that's not gonna last. I'm gonna keep it funky with you. That's not gonna last. The Rockets literally beat the Blazers by 28 and then lost to the Blazers by 6. No, get out my face. Okay. So we can go to Oklahoma City, right? Oklahoma City is what 12-4 right now. So last week they lost to San Antonio, and they beat Portland. This week they got Sacramento, Golden State, the Lakers, and Houston. These 4 games are going to tell us how good they really can be with Chet Holmgren out, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got it.
With Chet Holmgren out and Isaiah Hartenstein back in, because the big issue with them right now is they can't protect the rim, and it's showing. Yes, you have the second-ranked defense, but you had the second ranked defense because Chet Holmgren was in there. Isaiah Hartenstein is going to be good, but they were still dunking on him when he returned. So I'm not really sure like what that's going to be. And they're only shooting 34% from three, which is not a good look. So they've got to
or what? Your three contenders
are the see. I was in my spiel, bro. I was doing my thing. You just gonna interrupt me?
I thought you ended it. My bad.
I was trying to give you a breakdown. I do work. Like this is what I do. You know what?
Keep going,
I'm not re-signing with 494 when the season is up. I ain't going to ESPN either. I need to find somewhere to go because this is this. But no, it's for me. It's Oklahoma City, Golden State, and the Rockets. I mean, I want to say the Nuggets, but I can't say the Nuggets right now because the Nuggets got to show more. I honestly think I personally feel like the Nuggets may pull off a big trade this season.
It feels like it.
That's gonna make us all mad. It
feels like it. It feels like something is brewing.
Yeah, I don't think Michael Porter is gonna be there by the end of the season.
Okay, give me this because I know you don't like us for real. And I know if I ask C, I already know what her answer is gonna be. Mm-hmm. So the teams to me that could, yeah, you already know. The teams to me that would knock out the Lakers in a 7-game series.
See, like this is crazy.
Denver. I think we just can't seem to beat Denver. It is what it is.
No, that's like our kryptonite.
Well, it's a big man, and AD don't want to be down there, and Jokic just toys with him but most of the game anyway. So even if we get a big man to play with him, I will say this: when we did beat the Nuggets, Dwight Howard was out there banging with that guy. So, well, golly, that was a horrible statement. Welcome to the 494 here on MTV Sports. He was down in the paint.
He was in the paint playing defense on Jokic.
That was the only time that we beat him in a 7-game series. So when I'm looking at the rest of the league, you got to fear teams with big men. I think the Grizzlies if they get consistency going. I think we can beat Phoenix and Dallas.
They look.
I think Minnesota gets it together.
But you said the Lakers could beat Dallas?
I think so. A 7-game series. I think Minnesota is they're kind of chilling right now. They're 8-8.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about the Lakers, right? The Lakers have two deficiencies, and this is a weird set of deficiencies. They struggle against the big man,
for sure,
and then they struggle against good guards. That's basically the West. If they don't have the teams in the West don't have a big man, they have good guards.
Well, this is the thing. I'm like, are they good? Like, when I say good big man, Jokic to me is like on another level. Like, I don't know if there's another level like Jokic type big man down there that's offensively like Jared Jackson gives us problems because he's a 3-level scorer.
So you're talking about in the West?
I'm talking about the West.
Oh, okay, because I was about to say it's 2 in the East, even though one ain't healthy right now.
Yeah,
well, there was 3. It's 3 in the East right now that gives anybody problems. One ain't healthy. The other 2 are Karl Anthony Towns and Giannis. The thing about the Lakers is, and we talk about this all the time, and I know y'all hate it. I know you ain't here.
You gotta be real about it. You gotta be real about it.
Anthony Davis does not like to play the center position up front. So when it comes time for him to get down low with these centers, it seems like they always end up putting the big man on Rui, and letting AD like play power forward and play off the ball, and he gets blocks, and then people are like, oh, he's DPOY. I need to see him go a full 48 minutes with the likes of a Jokic. Like, that has to happen in order for the Lakers to be successful, unless y'all make a trade.
Yeah.
So then when that doesn't happen, then you have your guards, D'Lo and Austin Reeves. You kidding me?
D'Lo's on the bench. Keep him there.
No, Cam has to start.
Okay, but when you bring in Cam, now you're sacrificing your offense for your defense. When Cam ain't giving you 20 a game. Whether we like D'Lo or not, D'Lo can give you a good 20 a game if you want.
But the problem is when D'Lo wants to. D'Lo only wants to do it when it's time to be, when he could be flashy, when he could make us a move, when he could stand out. That's the only time D'Lo wants to do it.
Oh, this is the thing. Y'all knew.
Dalton, that's my guy. Dalton.
You're not starting Dalton because whether you like it or not, as good as Dalton is, he's shown it. Dalton is still right now kind of liability on defense. Like there was a couple games.
Not kinda.
He
I ain't
is.
want to put that out there like
not
that.
kinda.
I ain't want to put that out there like that.
He needs to come off the bench.
So that's the thing.
No, he
so
has
like
to
when you play,
continue to come off the bench.
Yeah.
So when you play at Oklahoma City, right? Isaiah Hartenstein, if you let him, is going to give you 17 and 10
for sure.
Because the Lakers ain't covering them. And then you look at the guards.
Not
you see what we already know what they
not
gonna
AD,
do.
but the Lakers. That man said nobody. Just he out there doing
nobody. But that's the issue. So when you go down to contenders, you look at Golden State, right? So you're like, okay, Golden State don't really have a big man, although Kevon Looney has been known to like go hard for some reason against the Lakers. If he don't show up against nobody else, he show up against the Lakers. But you still got the Lakers guard play. You know what I mean? I mean, not the Lakers. You still got the Warriors guard play there.
Yeah.
You look at the Nuggets. We already know what the Nuggets do. If Jamal Murray don't show up for the whole season, he's going to earn that contract
in the playoffs
with the Lakers because he's going to go 35 for 35 from the field. I don't know why he just hates y'all. Okay,
he do every time. Every time.
So this is my thing. I'm looking at the Western Conference, right? And I'm thinking to myself, there are a lot of teams. Timberwolves, they're 8-8 right now. Kings 8-9.
But they're streaky. They're streaky.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm looking at teams that could be. If I'm looking at the Western Conference right now, there is not a team to me definitively like they're gonna win the West.
No, it's not.
So I'm looking at it like, okay. I mean, so many things, but so many plays got to fall in for any team to win. The Nuggets,
I don't know.
Make a trade.
The Warriors, man, the Warriors are just.
I like the Warriors. I think
that's what I'm saying. The Warriors to me are like, you could say like with like confidence, the Warriors, and be okay with that answer.
So in our next segment, right, where we talk about Giannis, the Warriors could actually be in that. I didn't include them. Because of
as soon as you said that, it popped up on Instagram.
The way that the cap works, but the Warriors could really do that and still keep Draymond, Curry, what's boy name Podzimski, Nowitzki, whatever that's his name.
Could they still keep Buddy?
Him, and they can get rid of Kuminga. Like but the Warriors still have that ability.
Can they still keep Buddy?
Yes, they can keep Buddy.
The
Warriors can do this.
They can make it
right. So if y'all know I'm 2K GM of the year. The Warriors can do all this and still keep a core and add Giannis.
I hope just hold on to it. We got a whole segment.
I ain't gonna get into it. But I'm just saying. So the Warriors are always gonna be dangerous. I don't think a lot of teams want to see Memphis when they're healthy.
Nope.
No.
I don't think a lot of teams are gonna want to see Minnesota when they're healthy. Phoenix is still a kind of a what if.
They do have the cap space, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So you got to trade. We did some trades earlier, and we'll show it in the next segment. We'll talk about where Giannis could be. The Bucks minus Giannis, like what that really looks like. I mean, but West contenders, bro. Like you get the Warriors at 12-4, Thunder 12-4, Rockets at 12-6, Lakers 10-6, Clippers 11-7. Like even with the Clippers, they're 11-7 without Kawhi.
The Western Conference right now is like a WWE Royal Rumble.
Big facts. I'm with it. Like,
but if I was gonna say definitive, if I had to pick one, I would say the Warriors. That's who.
Yeah, right now you got to say the Warriors, because Chet is out for what, like the year.
I'm not saying that.
Yes.
If Isaiah can get it together with that team, it's between the Warriors and the Thunder. Listen. It's not hate, right? Because the Lakers are playing good, but I gotta curb your enthusiasm about this because you know how you do, and then you know how you are when you let down, and you know how you and Drew get when I be like, I told y'all so, and then y'all be hurt.
Don't say
The
y'all.
Lakers
I
are
don't be
not
hurt.
a complete team. To
I don't
really
be
like,
hurt. Hold
oh,
on.
we're
I don't be
compete.
hurt. I don't be hurt like that. No, calm
Like,
down.
We're definitely
boys-
not.
I
We're
know where we
definitely
at.
not complete.
know where
I
we
feel
at
like
right now.
I feel like we're missing something. I can't pinpoint what it is for the
We're missing the
Lakers.
big man and guard play. And his defense.
That's a big man, the guard play. That's
a lot.
This is what I'm saying. We talk about a big man that could rim protect, right?
Yeah.
And it could be a focal point or a anchor on our defense.
You have one. His name is
Anthony Davis. I just feel like he has to tap into something inside of him. Maybe JJ can pull it
This
up.
is my thing. Let's. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this segment.
That ball's scary, man.
Because I could get into the Lakers talk. This is my thing. We have to get to a point, right? When we're watching Anthony Davis on the basketball court, and we have to understand that it just ain't him. We can't keep asking him to do things that he's not gonna do. Right? Like I'm not doing it no more.
Not him. I don't want to hear nothing else about Defensive Player of the Year. I don't want to hear nothing about how he's one of the best players in the league. Nothing, because that means he's not giving maximum effort. Y'all folks be going at Embiid all the time when he's actually Embiid is actually hurt, bro. And Embiid will get down and he'll bang with. I don't want to say it like that.
Get yourself.
But Embiid will get down there and he'll do it. Giannis will get down there and he'll do it. Jokic don't even like to play defense and he'll get down there and do it. You telling me you 7'1", 7'2", you got handles, you can shoot the ball, you lanky, and you can play defense, and you don't want to do it?
No,
like you can literally go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like go crazy. Like the Lakers could be
maybe this
is the year. Tough. Year? No,
this is the year. Did you see the 2K, Mr. 2K? This is the first time in 22 years LeBron's not the leading attribute player on his team.
He shouldn't have been last year.
That's Anthony Davis' fault. It's not LeBron's fault.
Hey, I just want to say I beat this dude yesterday in 2K because I had some time on my hand after my meeting. I beat this dude by 32 points, right? This dude had an undefeated record of he was like 217 and 0. We had 4 seconds left and he had the Lakers. Do you know this man left the joint?
Oh, that's why he never been beat.
I'm just letting you know. I got your name, big dog. I hope you watching this. Your mom's cockeyed, and eventually you won't have to see me.
But don't they like send them something like don't do that? Like
I don't know. I don't know if they do it because I don't normally play video games like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've been trying to find ways to relax. He called me, yelled at me, told me I need to relax. I'm trying to find ways to relax. And I played 2K and I was stumping.
Why are you trying to put my soft side on the internet like that?
Because you soft.
Actually, I'm big dog, so relax. Not too much of that.
Big dog with what?
Pup.
Big dog C. What you talking about?
You a plus, folks.
Woof, woof, woof. So that laugh.
So,
hey, let's get to it, man. Let's get
Bucks minus Giannis offense and defense.
We're gonna talk Bucks. We're gonna get to this commercial break real quick so we can pay some bills. Shout out to the big homie.
Do not play that high Asian thing. I don't want to see from information.
When we talk about and we come back, we'll talk about Bucks minus, which we've already really talked about. We'll look at some trades, get over the offense and defense, and we'll get this thing out of here, man. We'll be right back here for 94 podcast here at Sports, man.
It's not just about the love of the game. It's about dedication and commitment through the process and the patience to endure. There's joy in reaching your goals and peace in knowing you've done all you're supposed to do. Ozell brand. It's not just a brand. It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to Big Bro. Shout out. It's not just a brand, it's a lifestyle. Shout out, man. Look, y'all can get those wherever. Let's talk about it, man. Let's do the Bucks. We're gonna do Bucks minus Giannis real quick because I want to get into this. We got a presentation.
Talk about that offense and defense thing still.
We'll kind of get to it. It kind of get to because offensively, the Cleveland can potentially have the number one offense ever.
But
And
defensively,
okay.
the Thunder can't guard nobody. We just talked about that. They can't guard the inside. We just talked about that.
Not right now with Chet
the
being out.
defensive ranking is we'll keep going though. Let's talk about this. I want to make sure I add this to the stage. Can you add that slide to the stage, producer? Presentation 1 that's sitting up there. We can look at these trades. This is GM. This is GM Will. What we talking about? So we're gonna get to this. Will, tell us about this. The first trade talking about Giannis going out for the Mavericks. What are we looking at when we look at this trade? How do we
man? So with all these trades, you also have to be aware that draft picks are going to need to be added. The entire goal with a lot of these teams, everything that has to happen can only happen after December 15th. So you essentially just want these to match up, but you also want to be able to maintain your team at the same time. The way that you're able to do that is through a combination of draft picks and just making the salaries compete. Yeah. The Mavericks are not giving up Luka, they're not giving up Kyrie, so that's not happening. Yeah. So of course you have PJ Washington. PJ Washington, we saw what he did in the playoffs last year. Daniel Gafford, we saw what he did in the playoffs last year. And then you tied up with Max Kleber and Najee Marshall. These are two rotational players that can actually fit with the team, and they also would go well with Damian Lillard at the same time. You see the contracts there. It's literally just it's less than $1 million. So like you're good there. That works. But you would also include those draft picks in there to make that work. This is probably the scariest one as far as I'm concerned.
Thinking on Dallas, yeah, I agree.
Because a big three of Giannis, Kyrie, and Luka is nasty.
It's scary, but when I see now we know that Kyrie and Luka, where they were both ball dominant, we had to make that work. Can we add in a third ball dominant person, being a player like Giannis, to make that trade actually work, to make them become a big three? I mean, that's the only thing that that's the only question that I have when adding Giannis to this team.
That makes sense.
So here's the thing, right?
Because it's like he's not going to be the first option. And we know that Giannis he's number one, no matter what. You're going to potentially ask him to be the third option.
Who?
Giannis.
I'm not asking Giannis to be the third option.
What is he going to do?
Forget about
on this team?
Yes.
On this team, Giannis is option 1B.
Yeah.
So you're potentially coming in with a starting lineup of Derek Lively because you're keeping him.
Right.
You have Giannis at power forward. Mm-hmm. You have Klay Thompson at small forward. You have Kyrie and Luka in the back. Not only have you stretched this floor so wide to the point where they can't collapse on Giannis like they do in Milwaukee, but you essentially have a team that plays defense, plays offense, and gives every team in the West problems. In the last segment we just talked about, look at what they have. They got guard play and they got big men.
I like it.
Then who comes off the bench?
What do you mean?
Anybody.
It don't matter who's coming off the bench.
The next one out. I like this next one because this is the one I kind of looked at. It was like younger pieces where I feel like
But we've seen when it comes down to winning a championship, that's what is needed.
For sure.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't think the Mavericks would not shore that up. And I'm sure they would sign some vets who would come in, and then you still have other players like on the team that you can still trade to make those trades for that. Okay. This one I knew y'all was gonna love, so I was just like, whatever.
I mean, it's not even.
I don't.
We're talking about. I love it. It won't get done, but
I was like, let me throw them the bone, even though we know Pelinka.
Pelinka's not gonna do anything.
So here's the thing with this one, right?
Yeah.
This will end up being a 3-team trade. I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
The first person, D'Angelo Russell, there's no point in him playing with Damian Lillard, considering the fact that him and Damian don't like defense and they like to chuck up the ball. So this is essentially the package that you would send to the Lakers. Would send to the Bucks along with like 1 or 2 draft picks to be able to do it. This is probably the strongest package out of all the ones that you could send. Calls, but this I saw that. This works too. How this will work? You finally now have a big man who wants to be a big man.
Yeah.
You have a team that's going to be playable well past LeBron. And you are able to build even after, because then you also have contracts that are going to come off the books after LeBron's time is over. So then you can build a team around Giannis and AD.
Yeah, which is
Giannis has 4 years. Giannis has 4 years. I think AD has maybe 5 going into the deal that he just signed. So now you have 2 of the best big men in the league for a total of at least 5 years.
Yeah, you get a solid point guard.
Yeah,
be good.
Yeah,
make it happen. That'll be the last one. I think we had one more. I like this last one too. It was good. Let's check that out, producer. This one for me was a little different, but I was also like, let me just see what my man's is talking about.
This is scary when you consider the fact of how young the Thunder are.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis will end up being the oldest player on the Thunder,
which is crazy.
So you send Giannis and Tyler Smith to make the contracts work out. Yeah. Of course, you just signed Isaiah Hartenstein, so it can't happen until December 15th. But the Bucks would love to take him back. I think they were actually looking at possibly trying to sign him in the offseason before he signed with them. Isaiah Joe's contract makes it work. Conrad Williams makes it work. And then you look at the number of draft picks.
Oh, you got
they have heavy. Mm-hmm. The Thunder can throw the board at the Bucks and just be like, here.
It makes it to it. But this is the question too. Do they make a move like that? I think it's a great move.
I think if you're the Thunder, why not? Considering the fact that Chet Holmgren's out for the year. Mm-hmm. So then you think about this, right? You come back, Chet Holmgren comes back healthy next year. You got Chet Holmgren and you got Giannis.
Right? Yeah.
And it being orchestrated by SGA.
And we haven't even talked about Jalen. We haven't talked about the Jalens. We haven't talked about Shea.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about Caruso, who would even have to be traded in this.
It's a scary squad.
Look how scary they looked with Chet in the lineup.
Facts.
Right. So now imagine imagine the fits they would give Wemby in those matchups, because the whole thinking about it is you want to be able to match up to what San Antonio was going to build around going into the future. Mm-hmm. Thinking about the future.
That's scary. That trade is scary.
You're thinking about the Minnesota Timberwolves, who I still don't agree with the trade. You know, you Rudy Gobert, they're gonna abuse Rudy Gobert down there. You know what I'm saying? And then you can literally put Giannis on Ant, and you can switch him and Lou Dort out on him. So you have a number of lineups where your team is not only gonna dominate, y'all gonna be healthy. Y'all still got a bunch of cap space that y'all gonna be able to have after this season.
Yeah.
And you're only giving up role players, Hartenstein, and a couple draft picks that didn't even belong to y'all.
Facts. Crazy. True. I like it, man. Let's get to this segment and go out for offense and defense. Where we talk about this. We talked about it throughout the show. But I mean, you got Cleveland 17-1. All right, let me make sure I got that right.
Yes.
Hold on. 17-1. All right, OKC at what? 12-4. Yeah, 12-4. Defensively, they look great. Offensively, Cleveland looks great as well. Is there something defensively that can be sustained throughout the season
for Cleveland?
Yes, let's start with Cleveland.
See, you want to go first? I can only
offensive or defense.
Offense. So Cleveland historically is on the brink of historically offensive season, and the same thing with OKC and their defense. So the question is, I mean, obviously offense is a little bit. I feel like it's a little bit easier to do, right? Because you get in terms of like offense defense. Defense to me is hard to keep up and keep up that identity that we're talking about, because it takes so much work, right? Offensively, you can go one-on-one. You have.
Yeah, but I feel like when your offense doesn't work, in order to get an offensive rhythm, you start on the defensive end.
Oh, for sure. I won't argue with that. I just think it's harder over a season to maintain that level. So what are we looking at? Does offense stay? Defense stays? What are we? Cleveland fall by the wayside after going 17-1?
I think I think Cleveland's going to continue to play as well as they played, but I do think it's going to take a step back when you consider the fact that they're shooting, I think, close to 40. Somebody can double check this. They're shooting close to 42% from three. We know that that's not sustainable. It's 17 games into the season. That's great. You live by the three, you die by the three. They don't just have somebody on that team that shoots threes at a clip where you're just like, oh yeah, this is going to consistently be great. Defensively, I think they're still pretty good, but I do think with Cleveland we'll begin to curb our enthusiasm as far as offensively how that works out as the season goes by, because like I said, they're shooting 42% from three as a team.
Yeah.
Like that's best in the league, and that's completely high when you consider everything. I think they rank, I had to look it up. I think they rank like 5th or whatever as far as opponent shot quality. And you kind of saw that in the game against the Celtics. Because I think the Celtics gave them like 42 or 43 3-pointers, but I think they only made like half of them. So
yeah. I mean, they're 52% from the field, 41% from three.
Yeah, so C's point about defense making offense, I think, is the reason why you're seeing the dominance from them so far this season.
Yeah. Evan and Jarrett back there.
And I think also it's been the quality of the teams that they played, because I don't think they played a really hard schedule to begin, if I'm not mistaken. So, but you saw it like even against the Sixers, a team they probably should have blew out, and they struggled. So it just depends on how teams play them and if the teams are able to meet them shot for shot. With Oklahoma, I like Oklahoma, but defensively they've kind of been struggling since Chet has been out. They're like 29th in defensive, I think defensive rebounding or something like that.
Yeah.
Second chance points. So it's like when you're struggling there, even though you're still second, eventually that's going to start to drop.
Yeah.
They're let me see if I can find it. I think their offensive rating, their offensive rating is 12th. The defense they're 1. If that defense ain't showing up, that offense is going to struggle.
Yeah, facts. What you got, Shane?
No, that's what I'm saying. I just feel like when you're not in an offensive rhythm, that's what your defense is always going to be the one to get you. We've seen it with UCLA. We've seen it with Notre Dame this past weekend. When your defense is just rolling, you have your fast break points, you have points in transition. It just creates a great offensive flow, in my opinion.
Well, we're gonna see, man. You got the whole rest of the season. Cleveland sitting at 17-1 at number 1 in the Eastern Conference, and then you have who's in first in the West?
Porzingis is back, right? First in the West is the Warriors.
Back tonight. Yes, he came back tonight. So to me,
the Warriors are first in the West.
Yes, 12-4. That's right. So I'm looking at this. To me, it's gonna be a good rest of the season, man. Western Conference is up there. Are we saying the same thing about the Eastern Conference? It's Boston. I think the 76ers get it together. I think it's a scary team to make it to the playoffs. Boston, New York. Like, we feel the same way about East. I don't want to make it long.
I gotta see them, and I gotta see the East in postseason. I feel like with the East, that's when we see who's really gonna show up in postseason, because they all come, first half of the season, then come, we have New York, they do what New York does, and then the Cavs, they first round exit. So we have to see when it comes postseason.
I got you. Well, I'm excited about it, man. Look, we got a lot to talk about for the rest of the season, a lot to watch. Does Cleveland keep going on this historic run to start the season? Kind of what I've expected from Cleveland to do, not 17-1, obviously, but I want them to be as better over the last few years with the pieces that they had. I think they have one of the most, if not the most well-rounded squad of, we're talking about like the starting 5. To me, I think
talking about the Magic enough.
I think so. I think matchups could be some type of, I wouldn't say issues, but I love what Orlando's doing this year, and I definitely think it's a playoff team. I think if I see them in the first round, it's gonna get a wake up call. So I'm excited where Orlando's going, bro. And these young teams,
They better not keep sleeping on them because Matt is gonna take someone out. They took us out. They took us
playing
out.
fire right now without
that's 80
without Paolo in.
Yeah, I know because they missed free throws.
Exactly.
Fonz, man.
Orlando's out here doing work, bro. Look, make sure y'all tune into us every Monday, 8:30. We'll be talking about basketball. Got a whole lot to talk about for the rest of the season. Eastern Conference, Western Conference. Women's college basketball is here to stay. I'm loving what we're seeing. And this thing's going to be absolutely amazing. College basketball. We're going to talk more about that throughout the rest of the season here at the Full 94 Podcast. Make sure you'll follow us, Full 94 Podcast, on everything you want to check out and help and kind of donate to the squad, kind of help us keep this movement going. Just put a $sign where the @ symbol is, Full 94 Podcast.
Hello, ladies.
Support there.
My name is Will.
Out of here before he get on his mic. He got his
I'm
mic
a cancer and I'm giving hugs. Just donate to us. This is what we need.
Hey, look, producer, at any point you could shut down to that last one.
I smell like Tom. I smell like Tom Ford.
MTV Sports. Y'all be
My
safe.
skin is amazing.
Love.
What's good, everybody? It's your man, the myth, the legend, the voice. Thanks so much for tuning into this show on MTMV Sports Network. For more exciting content just like this, subscribe, like, and share.
Y'all are haters, bro.